Okay, how are you guys after the Halloween yesterday?
Very good.
Very good ya, Mo ya.
Good. It was great.
Kostumnya ya, Mo. Okay, so we will see the update from online canvassing from Asa, but Asa still in the property to do on-site visit. Maybe Kayla can give the updates from, or I edit first, then you can, yeah. Okay.
Sure.
From online canvassing, update per November 1st, since the rest of the recycle leads are unresponsive and most of them have been re-approached, we refocus our work process to recycling the leads and canvassing new areas at the same time. And areas to be canvassed is Bali, three people, and three people also in Yogyakarta. An online canvassing weekly report for September 25 to November 1st. Last week, SLA reminder is five leads per week per person. Total is 25 leads per week and five first meetings per week. And this is the result. Team already contacts 16 leads, 16 potensial ya. And for Huying, there's 6, Jocelyn 4, Victoria 6, Hendra 0, and due to meet exam and competition bandwidth. And for Wira also 0 due to meet exam bandwidth. And for the leads we already got is 43 75% of contacts, 20% of is SLA. For Huying is 6 and Jocelyn is 1. And for first approach, we already contact 31 percent of contacts. 5. There are Ancala Uluwatu, Ronta Bunalos, Umah Kayana, Villa Buni Seminyak, and Palm Villa. And for the first meeting, we got one of leads, 14% of leads. There's Dalam Beteng Jogja. Okay. Schedule first meeting is also one. There's Abis Harim Homestay, and try again for Anamira Villa. Anamira Villa. Udah. And assigned but with no contact is 2 from Wira. Okay, Wira can please take the contact number at this card, yeah. And for actionable plan, BD will define the Jogja owner's preference regarding partnership offers and to see whether we can offer a better deal. Shift, and the next is shift low portion of resource to do MVP in Bandung and find new resource for online canvassing since there will be 3 people on board this month. Okay, before Q&A session, maybe Kayla want to add?
Yes, thank you, Farah. Sorry, is my voice clear enough? Ini karena hujan deras banget. Aman? Atau berisik banget? Oke. Semoga aman. Jadi, for the canvassing, actually we have made evaluation regarding the recycle leads. Jadi kan, recycle leads itu adalah kegiatan untuk merecycle list yang udah kita dapatkan 3 bulan sebelumnya kan. Dan kemarin itu momennya kita manfaatkan untuk recycle, akan tetapi berdasarkan evaluasi kita belum optimasi kegiatan tersebut gitu. Jadi kesempatan yang window time-nya itu cenderung sedikit dan maksudnya kesempatannya sedikit itu kita belum bisa maksimalkan dan hasilnya juga belum optimal gitu untuk reach out tadi yang sifatnya recycle ini. Nah, berdasarkan evaluasi yang ada, kalau dari BD sendiri kemarin sudah diputuskan bahwa untuk kedepannya, canvasser, apapun campaign yang akan dihadapi ke depannya, apakah dia recycling atau shifting to certain area, canvasser hanya akan melakukan canvassing dan approacher akan melakukan approacher. Hal ini dikarenakan pertama, ada perbedaan, masih ada beberapa kekurangan dari kegiatan kemarin di mana kanvaser yang melakukan approacher juga itu tidak merasa ada kewajiban untuk melakukan reporting. Jadi kemarin ada beberapa kesulitan terkait Airtable maupun tracking dari report yang dari progress yang ada. Jadi untuk kedepannya akan difokuskan untuk canvassing dan approacher approaching. Jadi terbagi di situ kembali ke ideal situation sebelumnya. Dan terkait Bandung MVP akan dimulai minggu ini hari Selasa. 2 orang desain untuk ke Bandung dan sisanya masih di Bali dan Jogja area. Mungkin itu aja tambahannya Kak. Terima kasih.
Oh, okay. I just know about the news that we will outreach property in Bandung, right?
It's more like trying to test out the market first, Kak.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you, Kayla, for the ads. And maybe is anyone want to give question for Kayla first?
For me, just now you mentioned for Bandung, gimana Kayla tadi?
Mau test out the market first, Kak, sesuai yang para
Oh ya, dan ini baru mau mulai ya, so it's just about to be started, haven't been executed ya. Okay, sure.
Okay, thank you, Pak Fidi. Maybe from me, I am a little bit didn't understand, like, apakah stepnya ini harus bertahap atau bisa fleksibel? Karena di first approach itu nggak ada dalam Beteng Jogja dan nggak ada abis Harim Homestay, tapi di step selanjutnya dalam Beteng Jogja kita melakukan first meeting dan juga untuk abis Harim Homestay ada, tapi di first approach-nya itu nggak ada. Kurang ngerti sih stepnya, mungkin dari Kayla atau Mo.
Aku mungkin coba jelasin untuk yang kasus minggu ini ya. Jadi benar Kak, ideally dulu itu kalau dari reporting memang selalu disebutkan konteksnya itu apa aja, leads-nya apa aja, maksudnya diulang gitu. Jadi untuk lihat posisi di setiap posisi si properti tersebut di setiap stage yang ada. Nah tapi kebetulan untuk yang minggu ini, sebenarnya kalau karena kita baru lepas dari Oktober dan Oktober kemarin kita difokusin untuk recycle leads, maksudnya lebih kayak bulan percobaan. Jadi di sini juga ini menyesuaikan ini sifatnya fleksibel. Jadi kalau yang Ancala, Ronta, Umakayana, Villa Bani, Palm Villa itu berdasarkan recycle aku sendiri. Jadi bukan kontak yang diperoleh oleh Yuying, Jesslyn maupun Victoria. Karena dari mereka karena sekarang kurang lebih merangkap approacher juga. Dan seperti yang aku sebutkan sebelumnya itu masih ada kendala di bagian reporting Kak. Dan sampai sekarang kendalanya itu adalah ya mau di-approach gimana pun tuh masih susah untuk dibales gitu. Maksudnya masih belum bisa minta mereka untuk report sesuai dengan waktunya.
Oh, okay. How if we like have discussion, Kayla, for the team to make good report, how to report like that. So for the next kita jadi lebih gampang dan lebih baik lagi untuk memberi report gitu.
Okay, sure Kak. I'll plan it for tomorrow ya, online canvassing scrum.
Yeah.
Thank you Kak.
Is anyone want to give a question for online canvassing project campaign from Kak Tendi? Kak Tendi baru nyampe.
Actually, maybe just clarification to just clarify one question to Kayla. According to your feasibility, so this recycling attempt, kan, as you mentioned, it's very difficult to get a response back and so on and so forth. But what is the overview of the recycling project? Is it worth to spend more time on, or how?
Okay, thank you for the question Kak. So actually, I think it's not a matter of time ya. Jadi maksudku untuk alokasi waktunya itu sudah bagus, cuman dari effortnya sendiri. Karena kan kemarin aku belum masukin di sini, tapi udah ada beberapa evaluasi kalau dari Budi terkait recycle itu. Kesalahan kita kemarin adalah kita kurang mengoptimasi kesempatan yang ada. Jadi recycle-nya kita kasihin ke canvasser mereka yang approach gitu. Kita nggak sepenuhnya dipegang oleh Bidi, padahal kan ini harusnya Bidi tuh yang udah pernah nge-approach kemarin tuh ya udah Bidi aja gitu. Biar
Okay. Interesting. Jadi but
udah ada
the point is you guys figure out like what are the next actionable to further
Yes.
optimize this idea, yeah.
Yes, Kak.
Okay. No, that's very good. Okay, please continue.
Thanks for the question, Kak.
Okay, thank you, Kayla and Vidi. Okay, we can continue to next campaign ya for offline canvassing from Wayana. This is update from Kayla. Over to Aul ya, over to Aul to explain the update.
Okay, Kak. Thank you for the update on offline canvassing. There from BD, from Wayan and Kak Nadine have obtained one contact from Krang Bingin, and this is only one due to bandwidth on Saturday because there's wedding, and also Kak Nadine is planning to go to Jogja, jadi gak bisa fully maximize on the offline canvassing. Tapi other than that, ada project juga untuk acquiring leads itu dari project aku from vendors, yaitu udah coba meng-acquire partners yang bisa ngasih leads baru gitu. Dan dari itu udah di-approach totalnya ada 10, yang sampai sekarang masih di-approach itu ada 4, total meetings yang udah have done meetings ada 4. Dan udah ada deal 2, itu from Eco4 Pest and Geothermics, and these are both pest controls. For the leads-nya mereka emang belum kasih karena ini masih baru deal banget, mereka baru verbally agree, dan untuk MOU-nya bakal dibuat dulu dan nanti baru bisa tukeran contacts atau leads-nya gitu. And the frictions-nya itu other than the bandwidth itu unresponsive partners, and also BD need to define clearly what type of partnership needs to be created with the partners. Karena other than the contact exchange, ada partner yang request something else other than that gitu for the partnership. And so the actionable plans will follow up for the October offline leads and recent leads. We'll define new strategy for November canvassing and also discuss with Kaasa regarding Jogja vendor. I think that is all from offline canvassing, Kak. Thank you.
Thank you, Aul. Ya, maybe I want to make sure deal ini kan untuk Eco4 Pest and Geothermics itu partnership dengan Bukit Vista to help our partners ya before onboarding or inboarding, like something like that.
Yeah, so actually for this exact partnership, it's about contact exchange. So like if they have worked together with you in the past, they give the contacts to us, and then we can give the contacts to them. But other than that, we can also arrange a partnership, like if Eco4 Pest can help beefy villas, or other than that, or any kind of request that they want, and we can arrange it for them.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Thank you, BD, to take this initiative. I am also interested about this because sebelumnya juga pernah nanya-nanya Eco4 Pest kayak apa ya, pelangganan dia yang butuh manajemen villa, tapi aku kurang ngerti cara untuk supaya bisa gitu loh indirect leads from our partners, but BD already did it. Okay, maybe the next question from Kak Tendi.
Okay, thank you, Ros. Yeah, I think I would like to understand first ya. Ini make sure I understand clearly. So, Aulia, you approach the community expert to get the leads, right? Property leads,
Yes,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I think you need to analyze the connection. I think, yeah, for example, like the Eco4 Pest and Geothermics. I think it's more like operational things, right?
Mhm.
So the relation it should be like a staff or manager. who call the geothermic, or it's like if there is any maintenance or everything, right? But I think the expert, the right expert that you need to approach is someone that have a connection with the owner or relation with the owner. For example, like in the first time, the owner, you need to know who the owner contact in the first time. What kind of expert that they connect in the beginning.
Mhm.
For example, like architect, and then maybe what's called in English, like the notary, for example, like that. And then also interior design maybe, yeah, because like interior design or something. I think that's kind of expert you can approach, you can focus on, like that.
Mhm.
So you have to analyze that which expert that have a connection with the staff manager, and then which expert that have good connection with the owner. So for example, like um the owner, I think the owner will trust the expert, like in the beginning, they build the property, right? For example, like architect, the interior design, and like that. And then if that expert recommend Bukit Vista, I think the trust will be more, what's called, ya kayak kayak gini loh. Jadi kayak rasa kepercayaan owner tuh lebih banyak kepada kayak arsitek interior dibandingkan kayak hal yang berbau operasional gitu. Misalnya kayak staffnya nih yang rekomendasi pakai Bukit Vista dong, pasti pertanyaan akan banyak gitu, apa segala macam. Tapi kalau misalnya arsitek gitu, yang arsitek yang dia pakai ini, berapa properti saya yang sebelumnya saya bangun di-manage oleh Bukit Vista, delegasinya tuh lebih tinggi gitu loh. Worth-nya itu lebih tinggi gitu maksudku. Jadi I think you can try to explore more. Jadi fokus on. Jadi kamu bisa kontak 1000 arsitek gitu. Misalnya di Bali atau berapa. Kamu bisa expect dapat 10 atau 15 gitu. Misalnya nggak apa-apa. Tapi kamu udah tahu target expert yang mau kamu tuju itu siapa kayak gitu. Jadi untuk better result, less effort kayak gitu maksudku. Ya, oke.
Okay.
Itu aja sih.
Okay, Kak Tendi, thank you for the additional comments. So actually for this vendors, I approached first the previous community expert that had worked together with Bukit Vista, because I thought like it would be easier first obtain partnership from previous partners or not. But also, for the architects, I also will try to contact them. But maybe, Kak Tendi, I would like to ask an additional opinion on this, because like for architects, for like obtaining contacts, it's kind of troubling because a lot of the architects and interior designer obtaining our villa partner contacts, they don't obtain anything more, because a lot our villa partners already is a fully established villa, so they don't see the need that they can't obtain new customers or anything like that. So I kind of struggle to find where the middle ground is. Yeah, I think that is from the architects and interior designer, because I've tried to contact with them too, and then from one of the Mahalati interior design, our previous partner, they said that they didn't obtain quite good like customers from our partnership, because a lot of our partners have already in an established villa, so they don't need interior designer anymore, like that.
Okay, that's good insight actually, guys.
Mhm.
From Aulia, yeah. So we need to think about how we actually can
Yep.
connect with the potential partner that
Yes.
haven't built the property,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
That's actually what we need to find. What we need to find the solution like that. I think you can make it the sub discussion, Aulia, yeah.
Okay.
I think this is interesting. I think this is also very potential that we got a new partner as well, and then we can also connect with our expert. Okay, that
Okay.
is good. Yeah, please arrange ya, Aulia.
Okay. Thank you, Kak.
Okay, thank you Kak Tendi and also Aulia. So I want to make sure Aulia for you say like interior design and arsitektur itu kayak belum bisa ngasih tahu tentang konsumen mereka, karena dari kita juga partnernya kita udah punya properti yang ini ya,
yang udah fix.
Yeah, and also maybe we can have next discussion about how we can help our property property expert, kayak apa yang bisa Bukit Vista berikan buat mereka sehingga mereka juga bisa berikan hal yang kita butuhkan dari mereka, so like ya business to business lah, something like that. Okay. Is there any ads or question from others? 1, 2, 3. Okay, we can continue to next campaign ya. Please Kayla to write the conclusion about offline canvassing discussion. Okay, for property quality control campaign, maybe I will give to Kak Tendi. Last week performance, Kak Tendi already follow up with partner regarding bad review in Blue Apsara and Pondok Mini, and already do online inspection and training in Villa Lahi Nusa Penida using third party. And for the cleanliness rating is increased from 445 to 4.59. Congrats. Important on field working and inspect the empty property, and for the actionable training season is started, and Kak Tendi will prepare material for what the owner need to do for make their property keep clean and amenities that guests need on rain season. Okay, before the question session, maybe from Kak Tendi, do you want to add Kak Tendi, or it's already no?
Yeah, I think that's it for the last week updates, Ros.
Okay, thank you Kak. Okay, from anyone, do you want to give question for property quality campaign?
Actually, I just have one question sih for
Yeah.
Kak Tendi. Pertaining to the bad reviews ya, negative reviews. Previously, I believe in the beginning of the month for October, there was a bad review for the Gong and also which property again Kak yang very low itu? Ada 2.
Ini ada apa sih? Lumbung.
Lumbung
Sama
ya.
kemarin Pondok ini sama Blue Apsara juga.
I see. Per the current guideline, are there any what are the steps on the listing itself? Have we already unlist the Airbnb listing until the issue is resolved, or we still keep it on? Tuh Kak ini.
Sorry, I think I'm a bit lagging. Hello?
Oh, yeah.
Can
Yes,
you guys
Kak
hear
Tendi,
me?
yes.
Okay. Okay, I think we need to discuss with you, Vidya. So for the listing that we post, there are 5-star rating, right? And then what kind of listing that we need to post? Is it like the rating under 3 or 4? Or for example, like we still have the Blue Apsara, they get bad review, but the rating is still 4. Do we need to unlist? Because there's like a small things that they need to fix regularly, can fix regularly, right? But for example, like the problem that need to fix long term,
Yep.
I think that's what we need to unlist, right? Until the problem is fixed, like that. So
Yep, correct.
I think I need the suggestion from you as well, like should we pause all that get a bad review, or depend on the what kind of the issue and then the rating? What do you think?
I see. From BI perspective, I believe the urgent one especially is cleanliness kan. If there's any bad review
Yeah.
regarding cleanliness, and the score for cleanliness is actually very should be maintained really high, because I think it's currently our standard is 4.8, no, Kak? But there's no 4.8.
Yeah, standard 4.8.
It's only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yeah, in the breakdown.
Yeah.
4 ya. 4 or 3 kan pasti. That's the choice. 4 atau 3
4 or 3.
yang harus mulai
Soalnya
di unlist.
For example, like Blue Apsara itu kemarin ada komplain tentang sarung bantannya smell gitu kan. Jadi
Betul betul.
aku udah suruh untuk dicuci lagi gitu. Udah mereka cuci lagi dan laundry, dan itu udah fix. Apa kita masih perlu post listingnya atau
Kalau udah fix
gimana gitu? Soalnya
nggak
kan
di
hari
post
H
listingnya
mereka
ya.
udah selesai.
Ya. Kalau
Soalnya kalau kadang
Heeh.
kadang aku ke kontrak itu butuh proses mereka kan banyak
Betul.
konten, banyak ini kan kerjaan, jadi nggak bisa langsung selesai. Jadi
Yep.
butuh 2 hari gitu baru
Yep.
list lagi gitu.
If that's the case, I also saw the review for Blue Apsara. It's actually very interesting because exactly the previous review from Blue Apsara is actually good positive review. But I don't
Ya,
know whether they like the consistency sih yang kurang di situ kan.
ya.
But it's quickly resolved, yang itu nggak usah di-unlist. Cuman yang kayak anything that is still within the case management sih sebenarnya, which is a bit
Oke.
takes a long time in the case management should be unlisted.
Oke, berarti
The Go udah
depends on
resolve
the
ya Kak ya
case ya?
berarti?
Udah.
Udah ya, berarti itu udah nggak
Yang
masalah. Tapi ya
yang Lumbung aja masih follow up kemarin kalau nggak salah sama Om Rafiq.
mungkin like within the community management, I think you, Om Rafiq, Asa, and Ros can make a decision first ya on the
Oke
guideline.
deh.
Okay, these are criteria that we should unlist. If this issue is cannot be solved within how many days, we should unlist this or something like that.
Oh yeah, Vidi, I think for the review that low rating under 3, it's also automatically pause, right?
Automatically
Should we
pass.
unlist? Should we unlist atau using that pause like for example like we make the SLA like 7 days kan 7 hari tuh pause kan. Jadi 7 hari itu udah solve.
Ya,
Jadi sebelum
SLA
udah
gitu aja, boleh.
ke list
I
lagi,
agree.
jadi udah nggak ada ini ya.
Yep, I
problemnya.
agree. Yang itu, especially yang di bawah 3 itu udah kan severe kan. And also think about like just like what Kayla mentioned, what is the penalty for the partner? I think you guys already maintain this like strike ya, like the strike from Bukit Visa to partner in Airtable as well. Any partner that have kayak more than 2 or 3 strikes right now? Not yet ya.
I think gini, kalau misalnya kita ke partner itu lebih kayak ke post listingnya itu sih. Jadi mereka nggak dapat bookingan, nggak ada transaction kan gitu. Jadi kita nggak ngasih punishment yang berupa apa, cuman nanti kembali lagi ke mereka gitu. Ininya apa namanya, efeknya gitu. Nggak dapat bookingan gitu.
Mau tanya dong.
Tapi ada maksimal kalau nggak salah tuh 3 kali itu baru kita kasih apa namanya, peringatan lah ke mereka gitu.
Oke, tuh mau ya maybe.
Mau ya?
Iya, aku mau tanya. Jadi owner udah tahu nggak itu red flag-nya itu apa aja gitu, kayak set expectation. Mungkin dia nggak tahu kali kalau umpamanya kalau nggak dikasih tahu dari kita tuh kalau umpamanya A terjadi itu konsekuensinya apa gitu, B terjadi konsekuensinya apa, jadi bikin kategori gitu sesuai dengan Airbnb itu. Pernah set ekspektasi nggak kita ke partner?
Berarti di partner onboarding ya?
Di part of kalau onboarding kan, kalau propertinya kan belum pernah dipakai jadi nggak tahu, jadi kita ngelihat dari service-nya aja PD kalau
I see. No, I mean kalau misalnya di partner onboarding itu bisa dikasih example of past negative review from our other partner ya kan, jadi bisa ancang-ancang sebelum dia actually dapat bad review juga.
Oke.
Kayaknya sama di gini juga mungkin aku saja kayaknya di kontrak juga kita harus tambahin beberapa kayak hal-hal yang kayak gitu loh, yang urgent itu. Jadi mereka juga baca di awal, ngerti gitu loh maksudnya. Jadi soalnya kalau kita ingetin sekarang mungkin kan seminggu 2 bulan lagi mereka mungkin lupa gitu. Jadi mungkin itu yang harus ditekankan di awal juga kalau menurut aku mau gitu. Jadi kalau misalnya jadi kita kasih beberapa rule, kalau misalnya dia cancelin tamu ada penalti $100 kayak gitu-gitu tuh dia harus tahu kan. Gitu mungkin itu ada penjelasan.
Kalau cleanliness kayak apa aja mungkin kalau mau nanti diiniin. Jadi soalnya kalau di kontrak kan harus formal dan dan gampang dicerna gitu sih, biar soalnya kontraknya udah lumayan
kayak Airbnb rule gitu, kayak mungkin kita perlu buatin kayak Airbnb kayak apa namanya sih, term gitu loh, term condition Airbnb term condition seperti apa. Kalau mungkin .com gimana kebijakannya gitu. Kalau OTA gitu kan beda.
Standar gitu ya.
Kayak sama condition itulah kayak standarnya gitu. Sama kayak kan Booking.com kalau nggak tahu kalau Booking.com kalau bad review tuh di-pause nggak?
Kalau Booking.com
Hmm,
sih enggak, paling turun-turun ratingnya kali ya. Jadi orang ngelihat,
Oke.
oh ini cuma 7, nggak mau aku booking di 7 gitu paling.
Nah,
Paling
itu kalau Booking.com berarti kita harus actionnya itu sama kita request unlist atau di block gitu atau gimana juga?
standarnya sama sih Kak, karena
Iya.
ini kan lebih ke Bukit Visa standard sih juga.
Berarti disamain aja standarnya, cuman memang konsep di setiap platform beda, cuman kayak kok
Yes,
ininya sama ya, artinya
yes,
purpose-nya gitu.
yes.
Oke. Noted,
Ekspektasinya itu
noted.
sebenarnya gini, ekspektasinya itu sebenarnya semua partner yang partner sama Bukit Visa is actually at the highest standard of hospitality sih, gitu aja mikirnya.
Ya,
Terlepas dari itu Airbnb atau Booking.com dan lain-lain.
ya.
Kalau kita dari internal sendiri kan kita udah ngeset, oke, every partner that partner with us has this level of hospitality kan itu nge-translate ke yang lainnya juga. So that's the expectation
Hmm,
sih sebenarnya Kak tadi. But okay.
Oke.
Okay, thank you Kak Tendi, Mo Wayan, and Ko Vidi for the input for the property quality control campaign. And I just give information for Kak Tendi that I will do on-site inspection to the house of Gembala tomorrow because there is like misunderstanding between partner and guest. Guest say that the property is not clean, but partner said that property is already clean. So I will inspect the property tomorrow. Okay. For the next campaign is community sharing session. It's me. Oh wait. Okay, so for the last week performance has published GSS article on Bukit Vista website. Thank you Kayla and also Amin to help me to review this article before publish. And I think this article will be benefit to our partner. Also for BP, like from our partner, they tell about how to promote their property from Lidega from the box that property apa the traveling experience more attractive than property content. And also, I community sharing session article about wood pest control strategy by Ecofarpest is almost finished, and I'll be publish it in this afternoon, and have held CSS with Claire Burgess last Thursday with 7 partners coming. And thank you very much, CM team, Tendi, Asa, and Om Rafiq, and also Kak Nadia for helping this online event run. Hope the next event will be more successful and inspire our partners. And for the feedback from BV team for this event is bad points from Kak Tendi said that the question that were posed to Claire was not very good, causing Claire to repeat the same answer. So in the future, a list of questions can be made based on the storyline. And additional from Mr. Jing, the questions were circular and were not very well thought out, and Claire was forced to tell the same story many times. And uh, I think better question allows us to experience its moment of truth in a stronger way. And for good points, it's from Mr. Jing. It's a milestone event. I don't remember anyone being successful putting together foreign and Indonesian community in the same room before. And I think that was very inspirational and delightful. And there was a reasonable amount of engagement and that indicate trust and understanding in the group. And from Kak Nadia, maybe we can add two questions about how partners view about BV and how BV can improve service for our partners. And for this week's actionable plan, yeah, just to make GSS Pulse event, like send certificate to our partners, to speaker, and share GSS insight point on FB group and publish GSS article on this afternoon. Okay, there is from me. Anyone have question for this campaign? Okay.
Actually, Ross, this is just a question, just a reminder of what I mentioned prior to the organizing of this event. Do you remember that I mentioned like measuring the KPI before and after the event have been held, right? In this case, it's about uh, like checking the reviews of the property prior and post the event, something like that. Remember?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember. Yeah.
Okay, so just a reminder to please check on that to evaluate whether this kind of event is actually meaningful for a partner.
Okay, cool. I
Yep.
will give the update on this week, yeah, about the feedback from our partner and check it. Okay. Is there any question from others?
Russ, actually,
Yeah.
I have concern related to offline right? Kak Tandy is championing this, but I think this small event arrangement, like online event arrangement, can be the baseline on how we can arrange the event offline. Can we like draft the offline event at least like putting this as example, Kak Tandy, like the CSS.
Kak Tendi?
Gimana gimana? Ulang.
Jadi ini kan
Aku
kayak
mau
online kan.
lihat
Sorry.
patah-patah soalnya.
Like di outreaching dan lain sebagainya itu kalau offline itu apakah sama atau seperti apa kan soalnya targetnya tuh at the end of the month ya. Kapan targetnya ini Pak Desember?
Oh, untuk yang event offline-nya.
Ya, offline event. Sebenarnya kan CSS yang ibaratnya offline ya. Nggak literally CSS tapi modelannya begini gitu. I mean karena targetnya kapan kalau yang offline?
Target eventnya atau planningnya? Maksudnya strategi plan.
Target eventnya.
Eventnya sih rencana next month.
Next month Desember ya berarti. Jadi ibaratnya minimal kayak gini gitu kan. Kemarin juga Kak Tendi kayaknya datang ke Cuca Networking kan. Bisa dicoba. Soalnya kan itu kalau offline event kayak perlu maksudnya planning yang lebih matang. Jadi nanti at least bisa kayak gini gitu. Daripada CSS ini gitu. Gitu aja sih kayak inspiration dari offline event aja.
Oh ya. Oke.
Okay, thank you Kak Lilis and thank you Kak Tendi. Okay, we can continue to the next campaign ya. For renew partner contract campaign from Rafiq is not here, so I will read it. So the update for last week update is no update from Bodas, Sanyas, and EKL. And Pak Freddy still review the contract, and he just 2 days in Bali, and we can meet him in Bali. And also, La Joya already called Mo Wayan about the update. Do you want to give the update Mo about La Joya?
For La Joya, actually, just have a call this morning. So they were concerned about like the penalties and also the actually cannot that much change because okay get a grid or percentage of Bukit Vista, but they only want to give like one commission, right? It's like basically, and also like one mission like okay 15%, but like, because the Airbnb now 15%, so we have to mark up the price. So it's both the same. It's nothing changed actually. And then the other thing is that they want what they want like non-refundable kind of refundable payment. I said like no, even before that, like we don't have that policy. Like basically the new manager is kind of apa kayak lebih susah gitu loh si Bu Yuni. So that's the update from me from the call this morning. But I told them already so about the cancellation that not possible because currently we don't have that, and also we don't have a we don't have we are not the person that what you call like decide like a non-refundable or not in OTA because it's from OTA. So I educate about that to Bu Uni and also tell them okay to about the $100 that is from Airbnb as well. But as long you use the system, should be no problem. So, but the main friction that she have now is she cannot give lower price than OTA. So yeah, that's from me.
Okay, Mo. Thank you for the update. Please, Kayla, also write in the comment ya about the update from Lajo ya. Okay, I want to I will continue first and then question. So from update from Oma JTH, from Asa, there's still no update because Asa today in the Oma JTH to untuk mengurus kontrak. And everyone can see the details and comment on the split set. And total partners renewing the contract with us is 120A from last week, 3% from last week. And the total partners need to renewal contract is 9 partners. Yeah, no friction so far, and action plan is Begi meeting by today to update about handover booking.com and contract and agreement. And Om Rafiq will call Bodas, EKL, and Sanyas and Akilea about the contract for this week, on this week, and we'll follow up lagi update from Wayana. Okay. Is anyone to want to ask question from the this campaign or maybe for the update from Wayana before?
Po Aquilia already contacted and already called, but no response. That's
Okay, Mo. Okay, maybe from Kak Lilis, do you want to ask something for this update, Kak?
Actually no, but contract related to La Joya. So what's the continuation and are we like still negotiating or
yeah, we're still negotiating. So basically,
okay. And yeah, sorry.
I already comment on all in their contract that I sent, and yeah, they still negotiating and gonna re-discuss with Anton.
Okay.
Yeah,
So the most friction right now is the non-refundable policy for any payment for any booking that that comes or for any money that already in like their pockets.
So for the booking, for non-refundable for the booking, so I said to them, so at the moment, even currently we don't have that. So basically I educate them like and already told her because it's new, I told her already to talk reservation and the finance. So there is not such a thing that the rule that you just said. So yeah, please do research more internally and come back to me. Yeah.
So like they want us to set the cancellation policy to non-refundable basically in Airbnb, right?
Emang ada Airbnb kayak gitu? Nggak ada kan?
Ada sebenarnya.
Kalau
ada
dibuat jadi strict gitu.
Ya strict.
Strictnya ada refundnya kok 50% kalau apa gitu. Ya.
Tergantung durasinya, kapan dia apa? Kalau misalnya di bawah 7 hari itu kayak nggak totally non refundable gitu. Tapi kalau misalnya masih kayak berapa hari itu bisa 50%. Emang ya ada peraturannya gitu kok.
Kalau non refundable banget, bukannya ada yang apa strict gitu. Pokoknya ada yang paling gede gitu.
Yang di atas strict ya, Bro. Yang apa? Tapi kalau misalnya non refundable yang itu pilihan orang ya dan juga dikasih diskon 10% gitu nggak sih, Lis?
Oh iya.
Jadi kalau dia bisa dapat diskon 10%, tapi itu totally non refundable itu bisa juga. Tapi itu pilihan orangnya juga, nggak kita apply di listingnya.
Kayak di booking.com lah ya, non refundable lebih murah gitu.
Iya, lebih murah, tapi itu kan pilihan orangnya jadi nggak bisa kita kontrol. Kalau yang strict yang biasa itu kalau nggak salah itu durasinya itu lebih panjang untuk yang supaya dia
Panjang.
nggak dapat full refund, tapi masih ada kayak full refund 50% kalau misalnya sampai hari berapa, di bawah hari 7 itu benar-benar totally not refundable gitu itu.
Ya.
Okay.
Yap. Bisa pakai itu, cuman nggak terlalu beneficial sih kayaknya.
Iya, kayak
Tapi
biasanya
yang
kita
suka pakai apa? Moderate ya?
kebanyakan kita moderate atau fleksibel, tapi banyak yang kita
Fleksibel.
pilih udah fleksibel banyak banget kemarin pas COVID terutama. Karena orang-orang sesuai dengan market trend yang kita analyze di BI itu, orang suka fleksibel trip gitu. Sama juga yang kemarin Pajing sempat ngomong, minister juga bilang gitu, orang-orang lebih suka fleksibel and stuff like that.
Ya, oke.
Yep.
Oke, jadi itu sih, jadi umpamanya kalau dia mintanya kita apa ya, tanya strict, kalau dia fleksibel, jadi nggak parity lagi. Paling nggak kalau cancellation policy-nya harus sama gitu sih. Not they dealing with Bukit Vista, they dealing with the OTA. So, aku udah educate yang itu tadi, cuman apa, ya I'm not sure but Bu Yuni, she's kind of like very apa, moving in the safe mode gitu loh.
Ya benar. Ih. Sama satu lagi, so The Alchemist, can we make it to instant booking? Like today is November 1st, right?
Yeah, so akan they just give me the apa, the KTP. I'm gonna make that, and I'm gonna be call and to make sure she's wear the chains because very hard to deal with sometimes. But I'm gonna make very clear for her. So the chain is from before to now this is the way. They're gonna have a call with her to review the contract, like face to face in online. Yeah, that's the next plan because for Becky, I rather on board slower, but as long as she understand correctly, because sometimes she can be really moody. So,
So then no changes. Sekarang belum bisa ke instant booking berarti ya?
should be. That's the rule that I said to her. So she
sekarang belum bisa kan? Because
sekarang belum. So need to apa? Few thing also need to fix in the property, kayak kebersihannya gitu. Waktu aku ke situ ada beberapa yang kotor gitu, kayak untuk daily is not like really comfortable.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mo.
Yeah.
Back to Ros again.
Okay, thank you, Mo and Kak Lilis. Ma lagi. Mo, I want to make sure for you say that you already contact Ekil ya, Mo?
Yep, I tried to call her and WhatsApp her. Normally, when I call her, like she always picks up, but this time she didn't pick me up, like couple times,
Oh, okay. Berarti belum ada informasi dari Akilia ya, Mo?
Yeah, but I'm not sure she's here or somewhere, but I see that her phone is online because like centang 2 gitu, but I don't know what happened basically. Maybe I'm swing by as the staff, maybe when I'm going up to Uluwatu Sumbang, because it's very unusual. She always pick my phone normally.
Okay, Mo, please give update if Akilia udah ada udah kasih respon untuk kita. Okay.
Yep.
Continue to next campaign is 5 minutes again. For social media engagement update, the overall engagement rate shows a very least increase. Last week, 60 active members and yesterday, Julianto and Asa conduct a workshop on how to use social media engagement social media engagement data visualization guideline that made by Julianto, and by this workshop Amin can understand the operation of coding system using Python coding system. And basically the data counting for today report is using Julianto guideline, and Amin can understand the guideline was inspired by not just for me but also for others. And Amin also already have meeting with Kak Tendi to discuss about this campaign data visualization. They conclude that for the weekly report we will use data from Julianto guideline calculation, but for the monthly we will use manual count and also Facebook group engagement data calculation. And for actionable plan, keep helping me to manage the preparation and realization of community sharing session, especially on preparing the design of poster and documentation of CSS. And for this week, CSS insight point and preparation for the next CSS. And make a data visualization on comparison content, amount, and effectiveness by 3 months ago, Augustus, September, and October, to know how effective rate this campaign runs so far. Okay, anyone to give a question for Amin for this campaign? Not okay. I think from me I think Amin will start to do to ini ya, to use data visualization untuk campaignnya, and also you guys can see this the performance of this campaign. For awareness is 122 posts, and for engagement is increased to ya gimana aku ngomongnya, 0,08%, and for the views juga increase, and for the likes is decrease, and there's still no comment and votes, and also question is 0, and question result, organic post, and partner referral is still same same with the last week. Okay, maybe from me, maybe Kayla can write in the comment to ask Amin to make data to apa ya, for the next weeks give the link or maybe picture about data visualization perbandingan antara 3 bulan yang lalu sama sampai Oktober. Ya, Agustus, September, sama Oktober untuk for remind Amin. Okay, I will give maybe 5 minutes again to update others card. From Kak Tendi, do you have updates from your list, Kak?
Yeah, I think several. For the on-the-job training, I got the MOU. Sorry, the school is had review the MOU, but there are still need to fix on the MOU, and then the school already from the Humas is send me the example of the MOU that usually they use, and then also for the community gathering session, there's update there as well. We had currently talking more about the strategy and plan with Asa and Nadine. And then also for the Bifigo, actually there's a friction on my side about the synchronization of the role with the staff and then the owner like that. But that question for Nadia.
Okay. Before the next question, maybe we can move to next to ini ya, Bukit Vista 2 room for 5 until 10 minutes. Can you guys